Hello!
We are the Wasabi Creative Agency,
Bringing flavour to your brand.
This is our process video for our project.
We hope you enjoy it.
But most importantly, our creative ideas are coming to life.
thank you.
Hey guys, so I'm Georgia. Week's one topic was what is great client service. So we had an introduction to each other, to the unit and to our teacher. Week's one topic revolved around what's important for great client service, and we talked about 4 main points, which were know how to work in an agency, know how to add value, be proactive and be promoted, know how to deal with challenging people, and this includes clients and co-workers, and then you've got know how to manage projects. So these key points from the unit's content were applied when we worked on our project, and they were taken into consideration throughout the whole thing. And lastly, we learnt about the assessment, what we have to do, what's required, what it was about, and that's about it.
Hey guys, so I'm Hannah and I'm going to discuss the process of week 2. In week 2 we looked at using creativity to fuel your thinking. So this is important in public relations, in the workplace, in order to stand out. It involves thinking outside the square to push forward and push your boundaries in the workplace. In week 2 we also actually began searching for our technology for our major project. This is when we came across Acm. Acm is a UV bodyguard spurtle which is created to notify you when the UV gets really high, and it reminds you to apply sunscreen. It actually works hand in hand with an app on your phone that lets you see the real-time UV rays. It gives you a recommended time to stay in the sun. So we actually automatically fell in love with Acm and the technology. We thought it worked hand in hand with that week's topic because we thought it was very new and creative. But before going through with the project, we thought a plan needed to be put in place in order to actually create an impact and raise awareness of this issue. We realized with the UV bodyguard it would be perfect because it goes hand in hand with skin cancer, which is a very real issue. Yeah, and that was pretty much it for week 2.
Hey guys, I'm Hayley and this is the process of week 3. Our topic was managing projects part 1 and our group was finally formed. I was given a brief update on what the group had selected to focus on in the project because I was absent for the first 2 weeks, so I got the rundown and everything. We developed our SMART objectives and our problem statement, and a project goal being our mission is to raise awareness of the risks associated with over sun exposure by providing a safe and convenient solution. We wrote all of these down for our project summary, and we also organised a time to have a Zoom session in the week to make our document and project summary for the next week.
Hi, so my name is Joshua. So I'm focusing on what we have done in week 4, which is managing projects part 2. So what we have done is we were trying to finalize the projects in class while looking at the risks, constraints and assumptions of this project summary plan. In class, we actually had a hiccup, have actually chosen the organization previously, which was a non-profit organization, which was Cancer Council, and we were trying to determine if we still use the same social issue. For in week 2, we've actually had other plans for another social issue, which is an educational issue, so we went back to plan B to find a profitable organization. We then went back to the social issue that we had and we chose the brand Speedo. So this has allowed us to use the challenger thinking method and had become a positive outcome with taking risk about using this. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brittany and I'm discussing the week 5 topic, which was Efficiency Plus. So this week we looked at Stephen Covey's urgent and non-urgent table. This table was quadrants where we inputted the schedule of what needed to be done and by when in terms of how pressing the matter was, what was important and what was not as well. With this, we were then able to break down the tasks and distribute them to people's strengths. We were lucky in this group that we had both creative and logical minded people. It kind of worked in our favour when we were completing each component of the assessment. Also, as a group, we met weekly to discuss, update and distribute more work. This was otherwise known as the work in progress, so the WIP. This also gave us the opportunity to adequately work to our strengths and build good relationships with all of our team members, and to physically tick off what had been done and what was left to do.
Hi guys, my name is Beatrice and I'm doing week 6, and in week 6 we talked about managing difficult relationships. In this week we were introduced to the 10 most difficult types of people to deal with. After this, we identified our own individual personality types. As a group, we all collectively shared the same characteristics of a yes person as well as a tank. Through understanding the different personality types, we were able to identify the positive characteristics that we should apply to our project as well as the negative and the ones that we should stay away from.
So today we'll be talking about being proactive, which is our week 7 topic.
This is all about taking the initiative and working smarter and more efficiently, and as a group I feel like we did that really well. We really focused on deliverables and making a plan that minimized risks during our process.
Through this, we were able to understand a lot of things about our client. So we researched a lot about our client, who they are, what they stand for, and especially who their competitors are.
Yeah, a lot of focus on what competitors were doing that also did similar things that we would be wanting to focus on. So because we're talking about sun protection, we were looking at what other competitors were doing to help their customers be protected from the sun.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the process of week 8. We felt that week 7 and 8's topics integrated really well together. Week 8 focused on the guest lecture of overcoming challenges. So we went back and we thought, okay, we need to prepare for the worst. We acknowledged all our uncertainties, being that the product was not on brand with Speedo. So I think originally when we were trying to find the organisation, we wanted to make sure we found one that partnered really well and that would be successful.
So we tackled our issues and risks one at a time and really broke things down and focused on things individually to make sure that we did them well and we did them properly. And then we just focused on the end goal while being flexible and made sure that everything that we did worked for everyone.
Yeah. Throughout the whole assignment, we remembered to stay positive throughout it. We didn't have any dramas between us. We celebrated and congratulated ourselves after achieving every little step. The guest lecture really inspired us to be prepared in our assignment.
We just worked all together to achieve the best result for the group.
So for week 9 it was STUVAC. We all had a break, but we also worked individually on the assignment, and we also met up on a Thursday at 10 a.m. at Parramatta City campus. We made sort of a timeline from when we wanted things done for the next week, so we organised the next meeting.
In that current meeting, we actually had to Zoom Hannah in, as she was actually in Newcastle. So we made sure that every group member was in the meeting so that we can all understand what was happening during.
We were really productive with the tool of Zoom. It really helped us when some of us were at work or some of us were obviously not in the city. It was a perfect way to stay all communicated and we all knew what was going on at the right times.
Yeah, and I think like we didn't even use it just for week 9. We used it through several
Oh,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Sure.
why I think we did use it very
Yeah.
effectively.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Week 10 was working on our pitch. From the readings, we were inspired by MC Squared's creative Instagram post, so we tried to incorporate that in our own project. Also met up all together and finalised all of our working documents and deliverables. Also continued our videos, which is due next week.
Hey guys, so for week 11 we talked about all things presentation. We went through things that Steve Jobs did really well for his presentations, and we decided to take on board his tips and tricks for when we go present. The most important point is to sell an experience, so you need to be passionate about your product and really drill into the heads of your clients that that's the right decision that they're going to make, and then make it visual, and we're going to do that with a presentation in the background.
I'll just begin.
What?
Okay. We're gonna give them a show.